What does happiness truly mean to you? Is it found in success, wealth, or recognition from others? Or could it be something deeper, something that resides within us, not dependent on external circumstances? According to Buddhist philosophy, true happiness is not something we can buy or achieve through external accomplishments. It is a state of being that comes from within, shaped by our thoughts, attitudes, and our ability to navigate life with mindfulness and compassion. This video will explore the Buddhist path to happiness, focusing on key principles such as impermanence, mindfulness, compassion, and the importance of letting go, and how these teachings can help us lead more peaceful, fulfilling lives in a world that constantly demands more success, more possessions, more validation. It's easy to feel as though happiness is always just out of reach. But what if we are looking in the wrong places? What if true contentment and joy are not dependent on what we do or have, but on how we experience each moment? Buddhism teaches that happiness is an inner experience, not something dictated by external factors. Through mindfulness, self-compassion, and understanding the impermanent nature of life, we can learn to cultivate true, lasting happiness that arises from within. Happiness comes from within. Shaping our inner reality, true happiness is not found in the things we possess, the praise we receive, or the accomplishments we achieve. This is a central teaching in Buddhism. Happiness is an internal state, one that is cultivated by the way we think, the way we respond to life's challenges, and the perspective we adopt. In modern society, we are often taught to look outward for happiness through relationships, material possessions, career success, or social media validation. But no matter how much we achieve externally, we may still feel empty if our minds and hearts are not aligned with peace and contentment. Buddhism teaches that it is our thoughts, emotions, and reactions to events that shape our experience of happiness. If we believe that happiness depends on external factors, we are essentially outsourcing our peace to things that are beyond our control. But when we understand that true happiness comes from within, we begin to see that we have the power to cultivate it, no matter what is happening around us. This shift in perspective can be transformative. Imagine for a moment that your happiness isn't reliant on how others perceive you or how successful you are. Instead, imagine that you have the power to create happiness in each moment by simply shifting your thoughts, letting go of attachments, and embracing the present moment. Buddhism provides us with tools to do just that, through practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and the cultivation of compassion. Have you ever felt that despite achieving all the things you thought would bring you happiness, something still felt missing? What if the key to your happiness was not in what you do or have, but in how you experience and respond to each moment? 2. Impermanence. Embracing the transience of life. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is the concept of impermanence, the understanding that everything in life is transient. Nothing, not even the most cherished moments, will last forever. This includes our possessions, our relationships, our achievements, and even our emotions. While the impermanent nature of life can be unsettling, Buddhism teaches that embracing this truth can actually bring us peace. The attachment to people, possessions, and outcomes is often the source of much of our suffering. We cling to the belief that things should remain the same or that certain experiences will bring us permanent happiness. When those things change or are lost, we often experience pain, grief, or frustration. However, when we understand that everything is impermanent, we can learn to enjoy each moment as it comes without holding on to it too tightly. By acknowledging impermanence, we can free ourselves from the fear of loss. Instead of clinging to the past or trying to control the future, we can learn to live in the present moment, This acceptance of impermanence allows us to experience life fully with more peace, clarity, and joy. Have you ever found yourself holding on too tightly to something or someone, fearing that it might slip away? How might your life change if you embraced the impermanent nature of all things and learned to appreciate the beauty in each fleeting moment? 3. Understanding suffering. Embracing life's challenges. Suffering is an inevitable part of being human. It arises not from external events, but from our reactions to those events. This is another fundamental teaching in Buddhism. While we cannot always control what happens in our lives, we do have control over how we respond. Our reactions, whether through attachment, aversion, or ignorance, create unnecessary suffering is a natural part of the human experience. Buddhism an extra part of the human experience. Rather than avoiding or denying it, we are encouraged to understand it, accept it, and transform it. When we stop resisting the challenges that life presents, we begin to see them for what they are: opportunities for growth, learning, and greater compassion. Mindfulness is one of the most powerful tools in reducing suffering. By practicing mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to observe them without becoming overwhelmed or attached to them. This awareness helps us recognize the impermanence of our suffering and see that it too will pass. How often do you find yourself resisting difficult emotions or situations, hoping they'll go away? What would it look like if you allowed yourself to sit with your discomfort, understanding that it is a natural part of the human experience? 4. Mindfulness and meditation. Transforming ordinary moments. Mindfulness is a practice that involves being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. By paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and actions in real time, we can begin to transform ordinary tasks into moments of joy and peace. Buddhism teaches that mindfulness is not just for meditation, but can be applied to every aspect of life, from washing the dishes to having a conversation to walking through the park. Meditation, on the other hand, is a formal practice that helps calm the mind, reduce stress, and increase emotional resilience. Through regular meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts without attachment or judgment, creating space between stimulus and response. This practice helps us develop a calm and focused mind, which in turn helps us navigate life's challenges with more ease and clarity. The beauty of mindfulness is that it can be practiced at any moment, no matter what we are doing. By bringing awareness to the present moment, we can begin to experience life more fully and appreciate the joy in simple everyday activities. Have you ever noticed how much of your life is spent thinking about the past or worrying about the future? What would it feel like to bring your full attention to the present moment, appreciating the beauty and joy in the now? 5. Compassion and loving kindness. The key to connection, compassion, is one of the most important qualities in Buddhism. It involves recognizing the suffering of others and responding with kindness, understanding, and empathy. Loving kindness, or metta, is the practice of extending love and goodwill to all beings, including ourselves. While it is easy to feel compassion for those we care about, Buddhism teaches that we should also cultivate compassion for those who may challenge us or who we find difficult. Practicing loving kindness helps us to connect with others on a deeper level, fostering harmonious relationships and reducing conflict. Compassion is not just about giving to others, but also about nurturing our own well-being. We can only extend love and kindness to others when we are also kind to ourselves. By practicing self-compassion, we reduce self-criticism and create emotional resilience, allowing us to face life's challenges with grace and wisdom. When was the last time you extended compassion to yourself? How might your relationships improve if you practiced loving kindness not only to others but also to yourself. 6. Letting go and detachment. Freedom from clinging, letting go, is one of the most powerful practices in Buddhism. It does not mean abandoning or not caring about things or people, but rather learning to hold them lightly. Attachment to possessions, relationships, and outcomes is a major cause of suffering. We often find ourselves clinging to things, hoping they will bring us lasting happiness or security. However, when we let go of our attachment, we free ourselves from the fear of loss and the anxiety of change. Detachment allows us to experience life without being bound by our desires or fears. By practicing non-attachment, we can live with greater freedom, enjoying the present moment without being constantly preoccupied with what we may lose. Letting go of attachments also makes room for new experiences and opportunities to enter our lives. Have you ever felt burdened by the weight of your attachments? How might your life change if you let go of things that no longer serve you, allowing space for new possibilities and peace? 7. Equanimity. Maintaining balance in the face of life's challenges. Equanimity is the ability to remain calm, balanced, and composed, regardless of the circumstances. It is the mental state of being unaffected by the ups and downs of life, maintaining inner peace even in difficult situations. Buddhism teaches that equanimity is a crucial part of cultivating happiness, as it allows us to approach life's challenges with grace and wisdom. Life is full of change and unpredictability, and it's easy to become overwhelmed when things don't go as planned. However, by cultivating equanimity, we can learn to accept life as it is without becoming attached to our expectations or desires. This acceptance of life's unpredictability helps us maintain a sense of inner calm no matter what external circumstances arise. How often do you feel shaken by life's challenges? What would it feel like to approach difficulties with equanimity, accepting them as opportunities for growth and learning? Conclusion. Cultivating lasting happiness through Buddhist practice. Buddhism offers a profound and practical approach to happiness, one that is grounded in mindfulness, compassion, and the acceptance of impermanence. True happiness, according to the Buddha's teachings, is not found in external achievements or possessions, but in the way we experience and respond to life. Through practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and loving kindness, we can learn to cultivate lasting inner peace and joy.